Let's go.
15 years and we're still on the dial. Turn up the volume and stay for a while. 15 years of digital dust. Watching the bad so your eyes don't rust. Shaggy is hunting for that raunchy gold. 80s comedies and stories untold. Colin's the quiet one. Global and wide. He's the expert on Disney and your travel guide. 8 minutes coming from the Jersey Shore. The house full of rescues and hockey galore. We cut through the noise of the streaming feed. The honest opinions you actually need. To watch it or pass it, we give you the cue. PTR Radio is doing it for you. This is PTR Radio. It's PTR Radio. We're still on the stream. Three crazy hosts living the dream. Should you watch it? Watch it. Should you pass? PTR Radio. Coming at you fast. PTR Radio. Just keep it streaming. PTR Radio. Just keep it streaming.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. It's another great Monday on a Wednesday, on kind of probably an off week, probably 3 weeks from the last time we went live.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's one of those days where everybody's a little bit off. So Mike was just telling us he played hockey last night. How'd
Yes.
that go? How'd that go, Mike? Are you feeling it today?
Well, I was tired this morning. I'm still tired. I'm not drinking tonight during the show. So, for those who know, sober Mike, usually that means the movie review is going to be really in detail. But no, I mean,
Maybe more detailed than the movie.
Possibly. I don't even remember what movie it was. Let's see. I know I did the write up. Anyway, yeah. So it was fun. It was good. That's right. It was good to get back out there. Oh, the handyman. Yeah. Now it's coming back to me. It was good to get back out there. But yeah,
joke, too.
tired as hell. Oh God. Anyway, how are you guys doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. It's been a day, or two or three. Work is working, and it's just the way that it is. So, it's I don't know. It seems like it's always something. It's always something. And Colin and I were just talking work stuff before you came on, and it's kind of terrible, So.
Oh Lord.
But
good, huh?
It is what it is. You can't fix some things, so you don't even try anymore. But so you just kind of keep rolling along. So, but yeah. So you just keep going and going and going. So. I don't know.
That's all you can do.
And now VMix is saying, "Hey, I don't like what you're doing for some reason. You're using too many resources, man. Give it a break." I'm like, I'm not using too many resources. I'm not using any more resources than I normally use. So what's your malfunction? So now I got to look and see what the hell's going on. What's killing it? So, but it's still working. So can't be too bad. It just isn't happy.
So,
but yeah.
Let's see. Are we live? Yes, we are live. Okay.
Yeah.
National Underwear Day. What?
Yeah, today's National Underwear Day. I had no idea.
Okay then.
Yeah. It's I guess that's a good thing.
Sure.
I didn't have any idea that it was, so I guess if that's something that you're into,
Well, I am a fan of wearing underwear.
Yeah.
I have to say.
I don't.
Pants.
Yeah.
I mean, if I gotta wear pants, I'm gonna wear underwear.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. It's I don't enjoy not wearing them. You know,
Yeah.
unless it's a specific
It's
instance.
it's an important piece of clothing.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, it's not something that it's one of those things you take it for granted that you're going to have it. You know, your mom always told you make sure that you have clean underwear, and I'm
Yeah, I do. I keep a pair in my glove compartment
mm-hmm. That way
because whether you get into the accident or not, chances are you're gonna say it, and then you're gonna do it.
yeah.
So
Yep. So, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. We do have topics for tonight, and
That's good because
yes, we do.
we need topics.
we have several
We
topics
do.
for this evening. Um, you know, in a variety of subjects. But first let's get into where to go. The problem with bouncing between machines is that you have to move your cursor as well, and that doesn't always work. There's a couple of movies that are coming
Sometimes
out.
that's cursing.
Yeah, there's a couple of movies that are coming out that I viewed the trailers for, and one I did not know how they were going to do this, and it's got about as good of a tie-in with the product as Battleship did, but
Oh, God.
evidently they're making a Matchbox the movie.
What?
Yes, Matchbox cars, that all of us probably had when we were younger.
Didn't they already do this with Vin Diesel?
No, that was called Fast and the Furious.
Oh, the same difference.
So, no, this is
No, but there was the one, the fake MacGyver. Didn't he do that with like monster car?
no that
MacGruber?
I don't.
No,
Who?
The
Who's
other
the fake
MacGyver.
MacGyver? Oh, you
Not
mean the
Richard
TV
Dean
show
Anderson.
redo? Okay. Oh, the
Yes.
other. Okay, the kid. Yeah. Okay.
No, this is a new live action feature called Matchbox the movie, which stars Jessica Biel and John Cena.
The- Okay.
Wait. It was The Rock. You're talking the Christmas movie.
No, he's not talking about Red One.
Yeah, but he
Well,
had
no, but
Matchbox
Red-
cars that he would turn into real cars.
Yeah.
Power.
Yes, but that wasn't the Matchbox movie. That was a Christmas movie. This is not a Christmas movie.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's where my
Yes,
head was
yeah,
going.
that could be where he's getting it from. But no, the synopsis of this movie is, and it's coming out in October, so fairly soon. When a group of former childhood friends reconnect, their reunion takes a wild turn as they stumble upon a dangerous international plot and must save the world.
Okay. Here. Question.
Uh-huh.
In what does this premise have to do with Matchbox cars?
The whole idea is that this group of friends became friends around playing with Matchbox cars, and they called themselves the Matchbox Group.
Okay. So, if
So
we create a movie about a bunch of kids that befriended each other because they played with household chemicals, we could call the movie Drano the movie. That's what you're saying.
Yes. Well, let's take an absurd thing. What if we had a group of kids who always played Hungry Hungry Hippos together?
and they became hippos.
No. What if they then went on a vacation in, say, Louisiana, and they went on a
And hippos attacked them
Yes. What do you think about
in
that?
Louisiana.
Yes. What do you think about that for a movie?
I would
Did
say
you
it sounds a
sign-
lot like Jumanji.
I'd say it sounds a lot like you signed a deal with the asylum.
I would say it's coming out, or it came out June 23rd, 2026.
What?
And it's just called Hungry.
What?
Yes.
I
It's a British survival thriller film inspired by Hungry Hippos.
So let's take this as a thought experiment. How many good movies have been based on kids' toys and or games?
Clue.
That's one.
All right.
And Barbie.
Resident Evil.
What?
How many sequels has that thing
Not
had?
video games. Not video games. I'm talking actual physical.
not video
games.
games.
Yeah.
Okay, you said Barbie, right?
Yep.
Okay.
GI
Barbie's two I
Joe.
can think of.
G.I. Joe.
Don't give me that one-eyed look like GI Joe was not good. GI Joe was awesome.
It was good. The first one was better than the second one, but yes.
I would. Well, we're talking good movies, so I don't think either of the Power Rangers movies could fall into that
See,
category.
I just rewatched the Power Rangers movie yesterday, so
Which one?
the darker one.
The one with the autistic blue
Yes,
Ranger.
that one.
Okay.
So to explain, the reason I was doing the thought there was G.I. Joe good? It was, does an existing cartoon thing count for the category that I was thinking of? I mean, Clue did not have anything. It was just the board game. Barbie really didn't have anything. G.I. Joe was a TV show that sells toys, so that's a different thing.
How about
Masters of the Universe? Same thing.
Okay.
how about Dungeons and Dragons? Honor Among Thieves.
That one I give. Whether it's a kid's thing, then there's to a game. I'll take that one.
Lego Movie.
Oh, of course, yes.
Transformers.
Already TV
No,
show.
because that falls into the
No,
TV show.
It was a toy.
Yeah, but it's a toy.
But it was
It
a
was a
TV show
cartoon
first.
that was selling toys, and the movie. Oh, you're talking live. Even then, I'm kind of putting an asterisk on those, saying that if they already had a cartoon that was there from the beginning.
All right. Trolls.
Smurfs.
No, I didn't see it, so possibly. Smurfs was a TV
Smurfs
show.
were a toy. It was a toy
It's
first.
Toy first.
That flips the asterisk a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But then again, good movie. I mean, question mark there.
Yeah. Which one?
See, I liked Battleship, but it had nothing to do with the game.
Yes, it very, very loosely did, but
I don't remember
When they used the
aliens
beacons
on the game.
I don't remember it either. But they had using the sonar grid, the sonar buoys.
Yes.
So there you go. That is about it's probably as close of a relationship as Matchbox is.
Yes.
Wait, hold on now. Was there a Hot Wheels movie? Why or is this Mandela effect happening to me here? There
Don't know.
was a
There's been several cartoons, but I don't know
there
that there
is
was
one.
A movie.
There was an animated sports one, but apparently, John Chu, who did Wicked, In the Heights, and Crazy Rich Asians, is directing a live action Hot Wheels feature film.
Ah.
So yeah. What about Mario Brothers? Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Video game.
Yeah, see, he's disqualifying video games because otherwise you could have thrown Doom in there. You know,
Yeah, there's a whole ton of video games.
You could not have thrown Doom in there because Doom was not a good movie.
well,
He specifically asked for movies that did adaptations that were good. Doom was not one of them.
what about Labyrinth?
Based off of what?
Isn't Labyrinth basically a game going through a maze?
Not that kind of labyrinth, though. I mean,
Okay.
that's more of a garden labyrinth. But, you know, still.
But based off of that logic, the Maze Runner,
It's
they're
not
running
really
through a
branded
maze.
game.
True. Yeah. I thought the Labyrinth was a brand of game, maybe, but I don't know. You know what?
No, it's
they're
not
not going to
brand
make when they get to the point of making a game on like Guess Who, or Uno the game or Uno the movie, or like one of those. Then then they're really stretching it too far.
Going down that route, though, I'll say this. I was going to say, of all these movies, Clue was the best. But because of what you just said, I just realized the best movie based off of a kid's game, and the game is Tic-Tac-Toe.
Yeah, are you talking about war games?
Yes, war games.
No.
Just because of Tic-Tac-Toe.
No.
That was
No.
no. That was
I
That was a-
reject your reality and replace it with my own.
it was a MacGuffin in the thing, and So no, I'm with Mike. No.
Still a good movie.
All right.
Not denying that.
Another movie which is coming out, which I'm looking forward to because this is a case where a sequel is not going to tread. It's going to reference the original, but not retread and try and remake the original and rehash everything old. It's going to use the original as a plot device for the sequel. Violent Night 2 is coming.
Okay. Did we have this debate? Did we review Violent Night originally?
Yes,
We did.
we had to.
I'm not sure because I don't remember seeing it.
Oh, if we didn't, then that was a
We
huge
did
miss.
not.
I can't believe we didn't.
We did not.
It's not even on our Christmas list. Huh.
Huh. Yeah, we
So, but did you guys? Well, Colin said he hasn't watched it. Mike, have you watched Violent Night?
I don't believe I did.
Oh my.
So we may have to do a holiday double feature when this comes out.
Yes.
Now, and so admittedly, when I first saw you posting this, I did not see the actual trailer. All I saw was your message. And then when I went online and I looked and I saw who's playing Mrs. Claus, I said, I'm in.
Oh my God. Mrs. Claus has never looked so good either. I dare you to find a better looking Mrs. Claus.
You don't want to dare me on that because I have safe search turned off. You don't want to dare me on this.
Okay. I dare you to find in a theater, in a non-X-rated theater friendly movie, a better looking Mrs. Claus.
You're putting me in a box here.
Yes.
Okay.
because I too can find a better looking Mrs. Claus with safe search turned off. But
So, yes, Kristen Bell
ah,
is playing. Dude,
she's
easy
playing
there.
Mrs. Claus with an attitude, is what she's playing.
Okay, most of them do. Most ladies do play Mrs. Claus with a little bit of an attitude, as they should.
She's also playing Mrs. Claus with a sword. Most don't play
Why
Mrs.
would
Claus with a
Mrs.
sword.
Claus? Why would Mrs. Claus have a sword?
Because Mr. Claus.
Well, it is Violent Night.
Mr. Claus has a hammer.
Okay.
Mr. Claus basically has Mjolnir. That's why.
Okay.
So and
I
No,
guess we're gonna.
I was going to call out that I can name another good-looking Mrs. Claus, although there's an asterisk
okay.
that her age at the time of playing Mrs. Claus isn't quite lined up with when she was her most attractive. But Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn. Yeah.
So according to Gemini, the best looking and most widely praised on-screen versions of Mrs. Claus include Shania Twain in A Nonsense Christmas with Sabrina Carpenter, Elizabeth Mitchell in The Santa Claus 2, Kristen Bell in Violent Night 2, and Goldie Hawn in The Christmas Chronicles. And at number 5 is Miranda Richardson in Fred Claus. So.
Well, yeah.
But yes. So. And it's too summer for this discussion.
Yeah, it's you know what? It's not even July anymore, so we can't even pull the whole Christmas in July bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we're like 1 month off being back into the holiday seasons again.
Yeah, and I just heard that we have not hit the hottest part of summer yet.
No, this is August.
We are
the armpit.
Ready for another heat dome to hit us.
Oh.
So
no.
Yes, that's what I've been told. Is that there is another heat dome coming.
August is by far the worst month of the year.
I just, I'm not looking forward to it. So, all right. Let's move on. Mike, do you want to talk about women spilling about their exes or the city-run grocery store?
All right, we could talk about the city-run grocery store. Why not? I haven't hated myself yet today. You don't mess with the Zohan that running New York City over here has plans to open a city-run grocery store in each of the 5 boroughs with 30% discounts on pantry staples. So for those who are not living in the tri-state area and don't really care about Manhattan and New York City, the 5 boroughs, Zohan Mamdani ran basically as a socialist. He believes that the government should provide for everyone. And what the biggest problem that I have with all of this, with his grocery store. Now, great. The city is going to help those who really need it. Okay. I appreciate it. What I don't like is how he is undercutting small businesses in New York, like bodegas and delis and all of these other small markets that have been providing to these people at a lower cost than the big chains and barely getting by.
Mm-hmm.
His reasoning here is that the city stores are not going to get into alcohol and cigarettes and other things, so that is where the bodegas and all are going to still be able to be profitable. Really now, you're going to leave them with some of the most regulated and taxed items in existence that are not EBT eligible, and say that that is what's going to keep them afloat. I appreciate the thought. And as I've said many times on many political type or government type topics, I can appreciate the message while despising the method, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I read in here where he was, you know, and the way I read it is he was specifically going after uh, food deserts where there were not, you know, easy access to grocery stores. You know, and maybe I read that wrong, where there weren't the bodegas and
No,
things like that.
he is not considering bodegas and smaller markets to be, you can get basics, you can get essentials, but it's not really a food store.
Okay.
So his definition of a food desert is a little different.
Okay.
It doesn't if he was going to an area where there literally was no place to shop. Okay.
Yeah. And I think he did. I think in here they are saying, okay, their 30% discount is only going to be on a subset of the groceries they sell. It's not going to be across the board for everything. It's only going to be on the essentials and not on, you know, like mac and cheese, and not on, cereal, and not on Pop-Tarts, not on, the luxury items, things like that. Those would be set by market price. But the bread, the fruits and vegetables, the core, things that they could get a discount on because of bulk purchasing, those are the things that they would sell at a discount. And as always, they would, they're only doing that because they can, because they don't. And the reason why they can do that is because they're not paying things like property taxes. They're not, paying some of the other taxes and things like that. That like you said, the bodegas and things have to pay for.
So let me paint the picture for you. If I was going shopping and decided, well, I'm going to get in my shopping, I want to get a rotisserie chicken. I go to the store where I can get that rotisserie chicken cheap, which is probably going to be, in my case, it's BJ's, right?
Mm-hmm.
While I'm there, if I need other items, I'm going to buy those items there. So what he is doing is he's taking the essentials and turning those essentials into lost leaders.
Yeah.
People are not going to go in just for the essentials if everything else is competitively priced. Okay? People are not going to go in just for those essentials and then walk out and then go to a local shop to buy everything else.
Yeah. I mean, another thing, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, right? So another thing that
Of course.
the article says is, one of the reasons why some of the concerns might be overstated is because the city is only going to be able to purchase a set number of items. They're going to be very fixed cost basis. And so they may run out of the lower, priced items and then just not be able to restock until the next month. So
Yeah.
the supply and
It's
demand
possible.
may likely offset the issue. I mean, now I'm not going to say that the stores today don't already have that issue, because I'm going into Walmart and their shelves are half empty some of the times right now. So is a new city-run store going to get stock that otherwise would have gone to some of these other shops and just perpetuate the issues that we're already having with supply chains? It's entirely possible. So I don't know that they have a point there, but there's some truth to what they say there.
But we also have somewhat of a unique insight in that Illinois did this decades ago. And in fact, if I understand correctly, Illinois was the first ones to do this. And so what they did, the problem they were running into is, if I'm remembering my history correctly, knowing I had family members involved with getting all this done, people were going into the Chicago versions of a bodega, and they'd be like, "Oh, here's my WIC certificates for this much formula," and they would give it to the bodega people, and they would give them a 12-pack of beer. And so that's the problem they were running into, was that they were scamming the actual programs out of the actual food that was supposed to be going to these children, and replacing them with other things that were at a less value than what it was supposed to be used for, so that they were out ahead. So what they did was they opened up these shops up in Chicago that were actually run by charities. So they're like one-stop places where you could go in and sign up for programs, find out what other programs are available for you, and then you could go and get all your staples that your benefits were supposed to be buying, and you do it all there. So it was not the state running a store; it was a charity running a store. As far as I know, that still goes to this day. It saved a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that program. But I mean, like, I'm kind of with Mike. I know a lot of times we have the best of intentions, but sometimes those intentions backfire.
Well, and here's something else to keep in mind. These stores are not only going to be for people on public assistance.
Yeah.
Anybody can walk into these stores.
Mm-hmm.
I could walk into that store and buy the stuff at
Although
30% discount.
it's highly likely they probably have some kind of assistance in that area. Otherwise, they wouldn't be living in that area.
Well, it's Manhattan. I mean, it's the five boroughs. There are areas that, yes, are less affluent than others, but I'm still not. I'm hearing about this a lot more, obviously, because this is in my my metro area, my local market. So I'm hearing about this guy all the time on the news. I still am not set that his intentions or that the execution matches the intent.
Yeah. I mean,
oh yeah, that's
I do
completely different thing.
I do think at some point, and I have told people when we're doing applications when they're trying to solve a problem, I'm like, at some point, you have to try something. Because, if you have a problem, you can't just keep coming up with ideas and never eventually try something to address an issue. You eventually have to try something and see if it works or not, knowing that you're going to have to live with the repercussions of whatever you pick. That is life. Literally is living with repercussions, positive or negative.
Well, yeah.
You just have to try to measure out what those repercussions are. So, make a decision, go with it, evaluate it, see if it was right, wrong, or indifferent, and then adjust. But just sitting forever, not ever trying anything will never solve a problem. It'll never move the
Oh,
needle one way
agree.
or the other. So, you know,
Agree.
and so I'm happy that he's at least trying something. You know, let everybody else, evaluate whether what he's doing is right or wrong once it gets up and going and what the effects are. And, maybe it doesn't work. There's a good chance some people may go out of business. Some of these bodegas may not survive. And I feel extremely sorry for those people where it doesn't work. Maybe it does and no harm comes of it. We won't know until we try. But the worst thing you can do is never try. So, do we all agree on that?
Well, a good friend of mine once told me, if you can't do something smart, do something right.
Mm-hmm. Well, and somebody else says, shit or get off the pot. So, so, but yeah, I agree. I think, and honestly, I think that that's part of the culture today and why people are willing to put up with so much stuff is because at least somebody's doing something, whether they agree with it or not, whether they're for it, against it, whatever. At least something is happening. The thing people hate is nothing happening. They hate.
Oh no, that's not the only thing people hate.
Well, no. They hate it worse.
No.
No, we hate Britain.
No,
Well,
no, no, I can tell you back when Illinois was first doing that, and they would go to other states, I to like the big conferences, and tell the other states what we were doing. That those other states would sometimes get irritated by us making changes,
well, yeah.
which did result, I think, in them getting custom made Big Dog shirts because this was the era of Big Dog. And so it was
Oh
it
Lord.
had the Big Dog logo on the shirt, and underneath it said Taffy, TAFI, those a-holes from Illinois.
Yeah. So, all right. Well,
Okay.
it's probably time for us to do this movie review. Who is up to
Boy.
do
That's mine.
the main? All right. So, Colin, we'll let you kick off here.
Oh, Amazon Prime movies. Why did you desert us with putting this up? So a lot of times when we do these, we try not to divulge too much of the plot. Um, I'm not going to bother because there is no plot. So the Handyman. Let's see, what year was that? Yeah, 2025 is a movie from last year that is available on Amazon Prime, and I was going to quickly just give you the entire plot because it's shorter. So there's a guy. First off, there's the most boring credit sequence ever in the history of movies. It's just blue with like a little wave going through it every so often, like it's water, and terrible, terrible music. Unfortunately, that terrible music goes through the entire movie. Um, so then it turns out to be this guy who's the main character, who's sitting out near the ocean, I guess, with cigarettes and liquor. And then you get a call that, oh, he's late to this other thing. And you're like, oh, what's he late to? Is he, because we're watching this is supposed to be something interesting. And no, he's house sitting for what is unclear is, are they relatives, or friends relatives? I was quite unclear on this, that they're all, uncle and so forth, but are they just honorary uncle or actual uncle? I didn't. That I don't understand. Um, but then proceeds to have the worst example of acting in the history of acting, which I have decided to blame the director for this because it's the director's job to say cut and then give the actors some guidance on how they could emote or do the line reading in a way that doesn't sound like they're reading from a teleprompter and it's the first time they've ever read the script. uh, there are audiobooks with better narration than you get from the vast majority of the cast of this movie. And like I said, I decided that it is the director's fault. So, so this guy's like gonna be left to watch the house while they're off on vacation. Um, and so now it's feeling like this is going to be a Home Alone parody because well, he is trying to call his ex-wife slash girlfriend slash whatever she is. This is never quite explained. And her last name is McAllister, just like Kevin McAllister from Home Alone. So, and when the bad guys show up, one of them even, kind of talks like he's one of the wet bandits. And you're thinking, oh, well, maybe this is going to become interesting. But no, then you get another 15 minutes of depressing, watching the depressed alcoholic guy, and then they come and try to Keystone rob. Anyway, they're trying to rob him, and they all get thrown out, and it's again that's terrible. But then his niece shows up, and I think what they did in this movie is they shot everything else and they cut it together, and then they figured out how long is the movie, and then they said, okay, that's how long the movie is. We need the movie to be X amount longer. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the pictures of the shots of the niece in a bikini, and we're just going to slow them down as much as we need to get the runtime of the movie to where we need it to be. That's a plan. And so they put two of those scenes in. Also, they kind of looked at this actress who I think is probably the best person at acting in the entire movie. And they looked at her resume and they said, oh, you spent a summer as an intern at Mythical Entertainment. I have an idea. Let's dye your hair red so you look just like Stevie from Good Mythical Morning. That's everyone's favorite lesbian. That's how we're going to make you look like. Okay, that's what they did. And then they're trying to get they're trying to get a MacGuffin, right? There's a MacGuffin. There's a box that you open up, and it even glows like Pulp Fiction. And you look at this going, is this movie supposed to be a parody? Were they trying to do Naked Gun? What was the idea here? Because it's like they thought that they were going to do a parody and then gave up and then just kind of shot the movie straight, except for these other scenes where the guy stands behind a car and picks up a weapon, looks at it and goes, am I going to attack them all with this chainsaw? No. Am I going to attack them with this tire iron? No. How about I take this gun with the grenade launcher? Yeah, that's a good idea. But then he decides to not. He just goes with the axe and he takes everything but the chainsaw. But it's okay. The grenade launcher reappears at the end of the movie as a rocket launcher to fire at a toy helicopter. Look, this movie is horribly acted, horribly written, but overall else, horribly directed. And because of that, I'm just going to give it Kill a Fire. It's just this should not be watched. It's in that category of just there's no redeeming value to this at all. And I've noticed that many of the people in this movie do not have this listed on their resumes and websites and such. I think they would like to forget that they had anything to do with it as well.
All right. Mike, is there anything left for you to say?
Well, I'll give you cliff notes here. I mean, right off the bat, the audio dubbing gives me a feeling of much like that of the B and lower movies that we have reviewed in the past. Horrible audio dubbing that was probably done in some guy's bathroom. The guy had one glass of Crown Royal and he's drunk off his ass. Never mind. There's an empty bottle on the nightstand. The handyman's voice throughout this whole thing is reminding me of Clint Eastwood if you bought Clint Eastwood off of Temu. During the shower scene, I am suddenly reminded that Colin offered this up as a choice. Therefore, I cannot give this a rating of Shaggy. And yes, they did play the Pulp Fiction thing with the MacGuffin in the case. Like, come on now. I didn't make the connection to Home Alone, but that was a very good pull, Colin. I give you props on that. I honestly zoned out during most of this movie, and I feel like I didn't miss a damn thing. The model car and the model chopper were a very nice touch. And props to our ginger co-star for being able to run in croc clog slippers. At the end, I don't know why, but suddenly I felt like the script was just written by AI. Like, hey, chat, give me a script that combines a whole bunch of tropes from other movies, and here we go. It probably would have been better if it was made by AI. So yes, I also gave this a kill it with fire because there is nothing redeeming about this movie at all. At all.
Okay.
This is where Shaggy tells us he loves this movie.
No. Basically, this movie is Die Hard on a micro budget and a Costco size discount. I mean, basically, if you envision a multi-million-dollar Hollywood action blockbuster and thought, you know what, this needs less lighting, a script written on a greasy cocktail napkin, and a protagonist whose superpower is clinical depression, you have this movie. So, it is not something that you really want to spend your time and energy, it, like Colin said, and to mirror the similarity, it's Home Alone for people who smell like stale Marlboro Reds and regret. All right. So, it's not a good movie. It's not even a good B movie. The only way that this movie is useful is if you need a 75-minute timer. All right. If you have no other way to time 75 minutes, this might be something that you want to use. So, yeah, I didn't care for it. I gave it a verp because sometimes it doesn't get a full puke. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah. So there you go.
You gave it a verp because there were boobies.
Well, it had some redeeming qualities. So.
All right. Well, Shaggy, you are on deck for the next one.
Okay.
So
you
have the choice. Did you?
Well, I mean,
I thought we talked last time that he had an audible he wanted to call.
I honestly don't remember. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Oh, well, I wanted to do Nobody, but Nobody 2, but you guys haven't even watched Nobody yet. So if you want to do Nobody, we can do that. Yeah,
I put it on the list in the first place. I thought we even pulled that one once, but it was no longer available.
Is it available?
That is the question. I think he's right.
Let's see here. Okay, it may not be available. All right. Well, let me see here. What's
Well, hold on. It is available on Peacock.
okay?
Oh, nobody too was, but nobody wasn't. Is it now available?
It says available on a 7-day free trial.
I'll tell you in a sec. I'll tell you in 1 second. Let me double check.
I mean, I have Peacock, so I can just look it up here.
Do I not? So do I. At least I thought I did.
Yes, it is. It is available on Peacock.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's do that. So nobody, which I think you guys will. I think it'll be a great respite from the garbage that you just had to endure. Plus, it's got Doc Brown in it.
That do watch the very end of the previous episode to see what the discussion was, because it's nothing discussed at that point.
Okay. Yep. So, all right, we'll do that, and then we will be back in a couple weeks probably. So maybe the 17th, if that's agreeable to folks, and if we don't have any reschedules. My next thing that I have scheduled is for the 10th, so I know that it won't interfere, which is always good. So, all right.
Let me let me just double check something real quick here.
Okay.
To make sure that that's not going to be the week that.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. The 17th. No, we're good. We should be good.
All right, good deal. So, okay. Well, if that's the case, then folks, we will be seeing you in a couple weeks. We'll see you on the 17th. And we hope that you check out ptrradio.com for more information about the show, all the host information, and all the ways that you can interact with us at PTR Radio on your favorite instant messenger and or social media app, as well as you can go to ptrradio.com to sign up for the podcast and download all the episodes in case you miss one. Video podcast isn't there, but you can check that out on Facebook and or YouTube at any time after the show's live. So make sure that you do that. And as always, tell your friends about the show. That's the way that we grow the listener audience, is only by you guys telling folks about it. So with that said, I'm Shaggy.
I'm